What if I told you your greatest enemy isn't out there, but within? That the battle you fight daily isn't against the world, but against your own thoughts. The Stoics knew this better than anyone. Epictetus, Seneca, and Marcus Aurelius all taught that our reality is shaped by our minds. Yet most of us let negativity run wild, unchecked, like a beast never tamed. This is the war of the mind, and if you don't learn to command it, it will command you. But the Stoics, some of history's wisest philosophers, uncovered a secret. Negative thinking isn't reality, it's just a habit, and like any habit, it can be broken. Today, we'll dismantle it for good. These lessons will arm you with Stoic tools to kill negativity before it kills your potential. Lesson 1. You are not your thoughts. What if everything you believe about your limitations is just a story your mind has been telling you for years? The truth is, your thoughts are not facts. They're passing mental events, shaped by habit, fear, and past conditioning. The Stoics recognized this distinction long before modern psychology. Your mind is a tool, not your master. Marcus Aurelius wrote that thoughts are like leaves in the wind. They come and go, and you decide which to hold on to. When negativity arises, I'm not good enough. This will fail. I can't handle this. It's not reality speaking, but an old, overused neural pathway. These patterns form because the brain clings to what's familiar, even if it's harmful. To break free, start by observing thoughts without merging with them. Imagine sitting by a river, watching debris float past. You wouldn't jump in to grab every piece, so why do it with your thoughts? Label them, this is just anxiety. This is old self-doubt. Then challenge their validity. Ask, is this true? What evidence contradicts it? For example, if you think I always fail, recall moments you succeeded. Next, practice replacement. Swap, I'm overwhelmed with, I've handled hard things before. Over time, this rewires your brain's default responses. Neuroscientists call this neuroplasticity, the mind's ability to reshape itself through deliberate focus. Journaling accelerates this. Write down negative thoughts, then reframe them. Treat yourself as you would a friend, with patience, not contempt. Remember, the mind is a garden. Tend it carefully, and you'll harvest resilience. Lesson 2, control what you can. Let go of what you can't. The single greatest source of suffering is the illusion that we can, or should, control everything. The Stoics' dichotomy of control is a lifeline. Some things are within your power, your actions, attitudes, efforts. Most are not, others' opinions, past mistakes, external events. Seneca warned that clinging to the uncontrollable is like trying to hold water in your fists. It only drains you. Modern life bombards us with distractions masquerading as priorities. News cycles, others' achievements, hypothetical disasters. These aren't just distractions, they're mental parasites. Every minute spent worrying about politics, others' success, or whether you're liked is a minute stolen from your real work. To reclaim focus, practice the circle of influence exercise. Draw 2 concentric circles. The inner is what you control, your habits, discipline, reactions. The outer is what you don't, the economy, others' choices, luck. When anxiety strikes, ask, which circle does this belong to? If it's outer, release it, not with resignation, but with the relief of setting down a heavy weight. Redirect that energy inward. For example, instead of stressing over a delayed flight, uncontrollable, use the time to read or plan, controllable. This isn't passivity, it's strategic energy management. The Stoics compared life to a ship. You can't control the wind, but you can adjust the sails. Journal nightly. What did I try to control today that wasted my focus? Over time, you'll spot patterns and train your mind to invest only where it matters. Mastery begins when you stop fighting the waves and learn to swim. Lesson 3. Rewrite the narrative. Your mind is a storyteller, and left unchecked, it spins tales of failure, lack, and impending doom. These narratives aren't truths. They're habits of speech, reinforced by repetition. The Stoics knew that language shapes perception. Call a challenge a disaster, and you'll panic. Call it a lesson, and you'll rise. Start by auditing your mental scripts. When you think, I'm terrible at this, pause. Ask, would I say this to someone I love? If not, rewrite it. I'm new at this, and improvement is inevitable. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, echoes this ancient wisdom. Change the story, and you change the emotional response. For deeper impact, use embodied visualization. Don't just imagine success, feel it. If you fear public speaking, stand tall in your room, breathe deeply, and deliver your talk to the mirror. Notice the steadiness in your voice, the clarity of your thoughts. Your brain encodes these experiences as real, building confidence. Pair this with affirmations, not empty platitudes, but declarative truths. I am capable under pressure. I learn quickly. Write them and place them where you'll see them daily. Neuroscientific research shows that combining visualization, speech, and action, like writing, creates the strongest neural pathways. Next, create a victory log. Record every win, no matter how small. Over time, you'll have proof to counter self-doubt. Language is alchemy. The words you repeat become the world you inhabit. Choose them with care. Lesson 4. Embrace hardship as training. The modern world treats discomfort as an enemy, something to numb, avoid, or complain about. The Stoics flip this. Hardship is the gym where resilience is built. Muscles grow through resistance, so does character. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." When you face obstacles, a rejected proposal, a financial setback, a personal betrayal, ask, what is this here to teach me? Suffering without meaning is torture. Suffering with purpose is transformation. Start small. Introduce voluntary discomfort. Take cold showers, skip snacks, wake before dawn. These acts train your mind to tolerate unease, so when real crises hit, you're prepared. Journal about past struggles and how they strengthen you. For example, recall a job loss that led to a better career, or a heartbreak that taught self-respect. This reframes pain as a catalyst, not a curse. The Stoics practiced premeditatio malorum, imagining worst-case scenarios to reduce their emotional power. Visualize losing your job, your status, even loved ones. Not to dwell in gloom, but to realize you'd survive. This isn't pessimism, it's inoculation. By staring down fear, you drain it of power. Ancient Spartans trained in harsh conditions, not because they loved suffering, but because they knew comfort weakens. Your struggles are not setbacks, they're the curriculum. Lesson 5. Master the present moment. Negativity thrives in the past, regret in future, anxiety, but it starves in the present. The Stoics practice prosophe, attention to the now, realizing that the current moment is all we truly own. When your mind spirals into, what if I fail? Or, I should have, anchor yourself. Breathe in for 4 seconds, hold for 4, exhale for 6. This triggers the parasympathetic nervous system, calming the fight-or-flight response. Next, engage your senses. Name 5 things you see, 4 you hear, 3 you feel. This isn't just mindfulness, it's a neural reset. The brain can't fully focus on sensory input and ruminate simultaneously. Gratitude amplifies this. Each morning, list 3 specific things you appreciate. The smell of coffee, a friend's laugh, sunlight through the window. Studies show gratitude practice reduces cortisol, the stress hormone, by up to 23%. For deeper presence, try Stoic journaling at night. What did I do well today? What could I improve? Not self-judgment, but objective reflection. The present moment is where action happens. The past and future are illusions. As Epictetus said, we suffer because we confuse what's up to us with what's not. Focus on the now, and you reclaim your power. Lesson 6, the view from above. Imagine floating high above Earth, watching your life unfold from this vast perspective. How small your worries would seem against the sprawl of cities, oceans, and centuries of human struggle. The Stoic exercise of the view from above isn't about dismissing your problems, but recognizing their true scale. When negativity grips you, close your eyes and visualize this. You're not just seeing your own challenges, but billions of others navigating their own battles, triumphs, and losses across time. History's greatest minds, from Leonardo da Vinci to Einstein, practice this zoomed-out thinking to dissolve petty concerns. Ask yourself, in 100 years, will this matter? In the context of my lifespan, is this worth my anguish? Most often, the answer is no. This isn't nihilism, it's liberation. The Roman Stoics used this technique before major decisions. Marcus Aurelius would imagine his actions judged by future generations, which clarified his choices. Apply it to modern stressors. A rude coworker? Picture their life's complexities, your shared humanity. A failed project? See it as one pixel in the grand mosaic of your career. This perspective doesn't negate effort. It fuels purposeful action by stripping away trivial fears. Keep a cosmic journal. When overwhelmed, write your concern, then describe how it might look from space. This rewires your brain to default to wisdom over panic. As Seneca wrote, we suffer more often in imagination than reality. Rise above the mental fog, and you'll find the air is clearer there. Lesson 7, self-discipline equals freedom. Most people misunderstand discipline as deprivation, when in truth, it's the ultimate form of self-respect. The Stoics didn't chain themselves to routines out of self-punishment, but because they knew undisciplined minds become prisons of whim and regret. Start small. Make your bed the moment you rise. This isn't about tidiness. It's a neural signal that you command your day, not vice versa. When you resist snoozing your alarm, you're not just waking earlier. You're strengthening the neural muscle of I do what I say I will. Epictetus, born a slave, taught that no tyrant could truly chain a disciplined mind. A truth modern psychology confirms. Willpower is like a muscle, fatigued by overuse but strengthened through progressive resistance. Structure your environment for victory. Delete social media apps during work hours. Prep healthy meals in advance. Schedule deep focus blocks. These aren't restrictions. They're moats protecting your castle of concentration. Track your discipline daily with a habit tracker, even an X on a calendar. Jerry Seinfeld's "don't break the chain" method works because visual progress triggers dopamine, reinforcing the behavior. For temptation, use the 10-minute rule. When craving distraction, wait 10 minutes. Often the urge passes. At day's end, journal. Where did I follow through? Where did I rationalize weakness? No self-flagellation, just honest accounting. True freedom isn't doing what you want. It's wanting what aligns with your highest self. Lesson 8. Emotional detachment. Society conflates detachment with coldness. But Stoic apatheia, not apathy, means observing emotions without being hijacked by them. Here's how to practice it. When anger flares at a traffic jam, pause and mentally step back. Ask, what story am I telling myself? That the universe personally inconvenienced me? Laugh at the absurdity. This isn't repression. It's recognizing that the jam exists, but your suffering is optional. For anxiety, try time travel. Ask, how will I feel about this in 6 months? Usually you'll realize the dread outweighs the actual threat. The Stoics use prosauche, attention, to spot emotional hooks, like noticing a friend's tone triggers old insecurities. Label it. This is my abandonment pattern, not reality. Write down emotional triggers weekly to detect patterns. For envy, social media's favorite toxin, practice comparison inversion. Instead of "they have more," ask, what do I have that they might envy? This isn't denial, it's rebalancing skewed perceptions. When hurt by criticism, use the sieve test. Imagine sifting feedback through 3 filters. Is it true? Is it kind? Is it useful? If not, let it fall through. Emotional detachment is the art of holding experiences lightly, like sand in an open palm. Clench too tight and it grinds you. Keep it loose and you remain unbroken. Lesson 9. Choose your tribe wisely. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, not just in success, but in mindset. Neuroscience proves emotions are contagious through mirror neurons. Chronic complainers literally rewire your brain toward negativity. Audit your inner circle. After interacting with someone, do you feel energized or drained? The Stoics warned against the many, not out of elitism, but because crowds breed conformity to low standards. Seek lighthouse relationships, people whose mere presence elevates you. If you lack mentors, borrow them. Read biographies of Stoics, listen to interviews with disciplined artists, join mastermind groups. For unavoidable toxic ties, family, coworkers, set psychological boundaries. Limit time, steer conversations to neutral topics, and visualize an invisible shield deflecting their pessimism. When gossip starts, practice redirection. I'd rather hear what you're learning lately. Remember, you teach people how to treat you by what you tolerate. Surround yourself with those who speak of solutions, not just problems, who celebrate discipline over indulgence. As Seneca wrote, associate with those who will make you better. This isn't selfish, it's survival. Lesson 10. Memento mori. The Stoics didn't dwell on death to morbid, but to magnify life. Carry a coin engraved memento mori, or set a daily reminder, you could die today, live accordingly. This isn't about fear, it's about urgency. When paralyzed by perfectionism, ask, if I had 6 months left, would I care about perfect, or would I create? Steve Jobs famously used this lens. Remembering I'll be dead soon is the best tool to avoid the trap of thinking you have something to lose. For grudges, visualize standing at the grave of the person who wronged you. Does the anger still burn, or does it seem like wasted time? Keep a death journal. Each night, write, If today were my last, would I be proud of how I lived it? Not to guilt trip, but to course correct. The Roman general Scipio kept a skull on his desk. You might use a screensaver of an hourglass. This practice isn't macabre. It's the ultimate prioritization filter. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, you could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do, say, and think. Mortality is the whetstone that sharpens every moment into focus. Negativity is not passive. It's an invasive species choking your potential. The Stoics didn't just philosophize, they waged daily war against mental weakness. Now the sword is in your hands. Start small. Today, question one negative thought. Tomorrow, add a cold shower. Stack victories until discipline becomes identity. Remember, you are not fighting for productivity or praise, but for sovereignty over your own mind. The battlefield is silent, the war unseen, but the stakes are your very life. As Epictetus said, no man is free who is not master of himself. The world needs more warriors of